if we're in 2000 or 2023, things always come back.
Let me tell you something about Tiffany. She be drinking this tea every day, all day.
Because I feel like I've been on hiatus for a while, honestly. Like, just with modeling, like, people thought I quit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second episode of the Model Call Podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us once again. My name is Ramon Ivey.
I'm Tiffany Williams.
And today we have a lot to talk about.
We do.
So first, before we get to that, let's get right into each other.
Yes.
How was your week?
It was actually, I took a few days off again. I feel like last episode, I said the same thing, like I took some time off, but no, this week I really needed a break. Like I had a lot going on in the past, like several weeks with the work and everything else. And I'm just like, okay, work needs to kind of take a back seat.
Right.
I still made some money this week. It's fine. Bills are paid. So, you know,
Cha-ching.
you need a break.
Right. You do need a break.
Yeah.
That's important.
Mm-hmm. How about for you?
I don't know what a break is. I have a problem. I am a workaholic, and I have a lot going on in my personal life as well as professional life. So I have been going and going and going, and I need to take a page from your book and take a break.
Slow down.
Slow down. Grab
Slow down
the
a
wall.
little bit.
Don't sue me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to stay on track with everything I have to do without getting sick or without, losing my money.
You don't want to break down though. Like
Right.
self-care, mental health, like check in with yourself. I feel like that's a good thing to do about, every week. Just
Right.
kind of check in with yourself and be like, am I doing okay? Do I need a break? Do I need a nap? Because those are things that I think about like all the time. Like I'll be at work like, you know what? Next week I'm taking Monday off. Or like I'll literally be writing stuff down in the calendar. Because like at my job we have a calendar and I'm like, I want this day off, I want this day off, and I want this day off. If I can't get all those days off, I'm cool. But if I get like at least one or two,
It's good.
like, thank you. I have time to take a nap. Because actually I did catch a cold, what was it, last week? And like right before the fashion show that I did, I didn't think I was going to make it. Because like my nose was congested. I couldn't breathe. Like it was bad.
You was having them symptoms, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you
I knocked it out though.
Good. Let me tell you something about Tiffany. She be drinking this tea every day, all day.
Tea is so good for you.
She's like, I'm resting my voice.
I carry cough drops. I'm not playing.
You would think she was a singer. You know what I mean? Like you would think because of how much tea she drank, she would be me.
No.
I'm resting my voice.
But I mean like talking. I talk a lot.
You do.
And at work I talk a lot. So there's times where like I don't have a voice because I'm talking all day.
Yeah. I get it.
It's bad. So
Self-care.
I drink tea all the time.
Self-care, ladies and gentlemen.
Apple cider vinegar
Ooh.
does you good too.
Drink it through a straw so it doesn't ruin your teeth.
Add it with water or
That
like
too.
lemon juice, honey, something else. Add it into things because that'll help too.
That part right there.
But yeah, I always make sure to take care of my immune system, my body. I've been working out a lot more this week too, which I'm very thankful for because I don't like when I miss workouts because then I feel it in my body.
I get that. I need to take another page from Tiffany's book.
And I feel like people think that workouts have to be this vigorous thing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, you could take a walk outside, do something swift and brisk. Just take 10 minutes.
Swift and brisk.
Yes, swift and
That
brisk.
sounds like a tagline for a commercial. It's like a tea. Mint tea. Swift and brisk.
It'll do you some good.
It'll
Like
do your body good.
it's like milk. But
Please
milk
don't sue
ain't-
us.
Milk,
Don't sue
milk
us.
ain't great. So there's that.
She said it.
But yeah, it's been a good week. We need to recap
Oh.
before we get there in episode 1. We
Oops.
talked about ourselves and we talked about things that we do, how do we get into this industry, but we forgot how we started this podcast.
Which
I feel
is
like
really important.
that's an important part to kind
It
of
is.
talk
It is.
about.
I agree.
And get into, so people know, like, how did this start? Where did this come from?
So I have a cousin by the name of Rosita Beatty, and she's a fashion designer. And she put on her first show in 2022. And I was a producer for the show, as well as a model coach and some other things. And Tiffany here also played a big role, many roles. We all wore many hats.
We did.
It was challenging, but it was fun.
Was.
So I met you through this fashion show. Yes. So with Rosita. So we're both coaching for this production, and everyone was loving the feedback. All the models were loving the feedback because they're not used to having rehearsals for shows, and we had rehearsals for the shows because we had intricate choreography and timing and all other kind of stuff. So
there was dance and everything in the show. It wasn't just a regular fashion show, which I love that about this show, because most shows, like, you just walk and like that's it. But adding a little bit extra, I feel like it adds to the production value.
Yeah, it did. Everyone loved it. Yeah. By the way, it sold out. The show sold out. Shout out to Rosita Beatty, the Black Rack. So, yeah, we met through the Black Rack fashion show, and then we decided, hey, since the feedback is so great, what if we created something for people that are aspiring models, for people that are professional models or wanting to be entertainers, and give the knowledge that we both have, because I have a strong dance background. I did some modeling, and then Tiffany also has dance background, but more modeling. So it was just like a perfect marriage of business. So we thought, well, hey, what if we did a podcast?
We would turn this into more.
Yeah, why not? And other things to come, which we will not talk about right now.
No, but there's a lot.
There's a whole lot.
And I'm super excited because honestly, people have asked me about having a podcast for a while. They're like, have you thought about doing podcasts? I'm like, yeah, no, I don't know. I'm like, I don't want to do it alone. Like, I thought about different things, especially like with teaching and being in this industry as a teacher and as a leader and as a coach. I've coached people for a really long time, and a lot of people, they love the feedback that I've given them. So I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. But I feel like at that time when I started coaching, I wasn't ready to take on like a whole like business with that. Like, I'm like, wait, I'm just getting started. Like, I need to figure out my coaching style. I need to figure out like how this works. If people even like the way how I coach.
Right.
Like
the whole rundown.
That's a whole thing. I'm like, you got to test it out first before you just like go full force. So I feel like this came at a good time where I felt comfortable and I felt ready to really share more.
Right.
And because I have so much more experience now, that's even more valuable for the people that are going to be coming to listen to us.
Right.
So, yeah, I thought
Perfecto.
it was perfect. I'm like, I thought it was perfect.
Perfecto.
Yeah, that's how we started.
That's how we came about. And I'm really excited. It just, everything comes together in time and the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And we've had many conversations, Tiffy and I, about, our career paths and things failing and then things picking back up, and just the whole roller coaster of being in an entertainment life.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how at this time that we met and created this, and we're excited about it. So we hope you're excited about it too.
Yes. Because I feel like I've been on hiatus for a while, honestly. Like, just with modeling, like, people thought I quit. I'm like, no, I just need to take a step back.
I thought you quit.
I needed to. People were just like, wait, are you still I'm like, yeah. When did I say that I wasn't modeling? Like, just because I decided to go in a different direction, I decided to take more on the creative side and do more of that, didn't mean that I was stepping away from fashion. Like, yeah, they all roll together and they all intertwine in some way. So I'm back. For those that thought that I left.
She never left.
I never left. I just had to take a break and figure out what worked for myself.
No one can work out 24 hours a day. You can't.
No.
So a break is needed. And that's the same thing with entertainment and modeling, because it's freaking hard.
And sometimes you get burnt out.
Facts. Like, But it's fun. That's why we keep doing it. So
Yes. And things keep pulling me back. So I know that I'm supposed to be here and I know this is a career path. And also I chose it, but at the same time, I knew it was in my DNA to be here. And like, I feel like it chose me at the same time.
we are the chosen ones. Just kidding. This part of the show is called No Wire Hangers.
No wire hangers ever!
No Wire Hangers is about the current fashion do's and don'ts. What's hot and what's not. Tiffany,
Yes.
what is not hot this summer?
It depends on who you're talking to. Because there's things that people say that are not hot where I'm just like, I still wear that though. I don't know. If it's in my wardrobe, I feel like, okay, let me just say this. Things in fashion are not set in stone. Like there are like fashion rules that people have that can't be broken. There's fashion styles that people say are out, but like I feel like they're still kind of classic and they come back. Things always come back. Like no matter if we are in 2000 or 2023, things always come back. Like as we see now, like the Y2K movement is back. 1990s, like all those styles and like
It's
all
called
of
the
that.
Y2K movement?
Yeah, Y2K.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Y2K style, early 2000s.
Now I know.
So all
The
of
more you
that
know.
is back. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's things that, of course, if it doesn't work for you, don't wear it. But like, if you love it and you want to keep wearing it, there's people that still wear like things from the 70s and 80s. That's their style.
I actually think, speaking of the 70s and 80s, I've noticed that 70s styles of patterns and cuts are coming back.
Yeah.
So not necessarily the 70s, right? Not everything about the fashion in the 70s.
But it's just like little pieces.
Right. Little inspirations
Yeah.
coming back, showing up in fashion recently. The 90s, I feel like, is also, like you said, is also a trend happening. With the younger crowd, though. I don't see a lot of older adults using...
Because we've been there. We lived through it.
But I mean, it's fashion. Like if you're in fashion, for example, if you're a model, right? You want to stay up to date with what's in fashion, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's cool to be on trend, but I know for myself, like there's certain trends where I'm just like, I will never wear that. And I don't care who you are. I mean, unless somebody dresses me like that, okay, cool. But like personally, no.
So a little gem. If you go to a casting or a model call, right? And they have you try on something that you don't like, don't say you don't like it.
Just rock it like it's the best thing ever.
That part.
Trust me. I've worn a lot of things that I did not like. But
and fix your face.
I had to sell it.
Don't show it in your face.
You got to sell it on the runway.
You can be replaced easily because of that.
Yeah. Don't complain.
Don't complain.
You will be replaced.
That part.
But yeah, I don't know. What do you think is not hot?
Well, I did some digging on the interweb and on the interwebs. And I discovered that high-waisted pants are out for the summer.
Well, that's too bad. Because that's all I wear.
Oh, shoot. It's time to go shopping,
All my
Tiffany.
pants are high-waisted. I don't like my belly all out like that. Like, I know my stomach is flat, but I'm not out here to share it with the world like that.
I get it.
I like to have a little peak.
I mean,
That's all you get.
You have jackets and longer shirts you can wear too.
I mean, yeah. But I like a little higher cut of pant.
So
my personal, just personally.
I get it. I get it. I remember high-waisted trend coming strong back in 2000, I want to say 12, 13, when it was really popular on the fashion scene. Beyonce was doing it for her concerts. A lot of music artists were doing it. Models were doing it. And from then till now we're in 2023. So I can understand why it's time for a change.
Yeah. I mean, I feel it. But You won't catch me in low-rise pants. Not unless, I mean, the only time I've worn low-rise pants is for a shoot. But like I said, somebody else styled me with those. But like in my day-to-day, no. Because it's just too much. I don't like my crack hanging out personally. And the lower your waist is, the lower it's going to be
Crack is whack.
everywhere. So I'm like, no. I'm okay.
So no cracks.
No, say no to crack.
And there's other pants styles other than low rise.
Yeah, but that is a trend.
It is a trend right now?
Mm-hmm. For spring and summer.
Wasn't it like 1998, 99? Like,
it was popular in like the early 2000s for sure. Because I know like in high school, I wore low-rise pants.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That was
all
like
through high school, but I don't know.
That was the dawn of the pop era for America. Like the pop bands.
Because there was Britney Spears,
Christina
NSYNC,
Aguilera,
Backstreet Boys,
all of that.
All the bands.
All the low rise.
Yeah.
Low rise.
All of that.
All of that. But yeah, it's coming back.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it. You wouldn't catch me in them.
Good luck.
Sorry, no, I'm good.
If you're a rock star, maybe.
Who? Lenny Kravitz?
Yeah, I feel like Lenny Kravitz.
I think he does wear
that's
low
definitely
rise.
his style.
I've never seen him in a high
I've never
waisted.
No. I feel like all his jeans or like pants, even like leather pants and things that he wears, they're pretty like low on the waist.
Right.
So that's definitely him.
Well, he can have that.
Yeah. And he still looks good. Like in his older age. Do it.
No disrespect to you, Lenny Kravitz. You have your own steez, and I respect it. It's just not for me.
And that's okay.
For my body.
That is okay.
Everything is not for everybody, right?
No.
All right. Moving on to our next segment. This is called Flashback. Tiffany, take it away.
So we're going to flash back to something quick in history. I know through this podcast, we definitely want to share like fashion history and fashion things that maybe people don't know about, things that we think are interesting, things that are like, oh, wait, never knew that. Maybe we should share that. So that's what this is about. For today, we're going to talk about where high heels started. It actually started originally in the 10th century and is created for men, which that's crazy. But digging deeper, I found more research, and it was for not the army, but like the people,
cavalry.
Yeah, the cavalry.
Yeah,
people that
soldiers,
went to
warriors.
war.
Yeah.
And it helped them stay on their horses.
Right.
And also, if you think about it now, that's why cowboy boots have a block heel, because people that are riding horses and people that tend to horses and things like that, they want to be able to stay on the saddle. So, and keep the strap of their boot inside and not be like slipping out. So there's like a little chunky heel usually on boots. But yeah, that's where heels started. And then also after that time, like after the 10th century, like with war and everything, royals, they wore heels, and it kind of established like, oh, they have status because they were more expensive and they could afford them. And yeah, I thought that was interesting. And I was just like, wait, so men wore heels first?
Yes, it was created for men in Persia in the 10th century. I found that to be a very interesting fact because I was like, because I was raised with the idea that heels are for women and femininity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not to say, look, don't come after me. What I'm saying is how I was raised. Opinion has changed. Heels are for whoever wants to wear them.
Yeah.
I
mean,
don't
there's
wear
platforms and stuff.
I mean, I would wear a boot. Like, I would wear a cowboy boot. I would wear, some dress shoes still have a heel on it.
Yeah.
Like a clunky block heel. But as far as like a stiletto or like, I call them Beyonce chunky heels. Because she dances in those block.
Oh, like the platform?
Yeah.
Heels?
Yeah.
Okay,
they're
gotcha.
like tall, but
They're
blocky.
not a stiletto, but like they're basically as high as a stiletto, but just chunky.
Right.
Gotcha.
So she can dance in them. Yeah. So.
Which actually, it's kind of hard to dance in a chunky heel. It's a little bit easier to dance in a skinnier heel.
Really?
Yeah, just because like the way how you need to put it depends on what type of dance you're doing. Because if you're doing like some type of turns, like it's a little bit harder to turn in a chunky heel. Like when we were doing the show, I tried like a couple of different heels, and I was like, nah, my heel needs to be a little skinny.
Oh wow!
So I can actually move and be able to actually press into my toe to be able to lift my heel off the floor.
Right.
And like a chunkier heel is a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
Sometimes too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Going back to the royalty situation, I saw photos of kings wearing a skinny heel.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Yeah. Because I mean, for the longest time I saw photos of the more block heel for males. But I think in the Victorian era, they had men with the skinny heel, but it was like a tiny, like
like a little tiny,
yeah,
like
a little
kitten
tiny
heel,
yeah,
almost.
Yeah, it was a little. It was a little. It wasn't like
a little taste.
Yeah, it was just a little, little elevation.
But no, like they said that they were so expensive that only usually like royals wore the heels because nobody else could afford them. So I don't know.
Not much has changed because there's some Jimmy Choos and some other designers that are like, what?
Lulu's, red
That's
bottoms,
a whole car payment. I'm serious, but hey, if you got it, do it.
Get
but,
it. Do what you like.
That's it. Stop making these. Never mind. I'm not gonna get political. Let's move right along, shall we?
Yes, our topic of the week.
Yes, our topic of the week. So we're giving you all the lingo so that you can all follow along with us as we progress in our podcast episodes. So the call is really the big topic of the day, which we're going to have a larger discussion about. So today's call is called Let Me Count the Ways.
We're going to be talking about the different types of modeling and different type of modeling styles. I feel like a lot of people only know of a few, which I feel like are mostly the fashion and the high fashion editorial type of modeling. And like, that's the main one. But there's so many other modeling choices that you yourself could go after. And it's something that I feel like you can pick a lane and you don't have to stick to it, but you can get started in one section of modeling and then always move on and do other types of modeling if you like.
Right.
So that's what we'll be talking about.
So the differences are as follows, and these are not all of them, but we're just giving examples of some of them. Runway, glamour, fit is different than fitness, and we'll go into that. Beauty, commercial, and promo.
But then there's also parts modeling and there's also mature modeling. We didn't write that down, but those are two to think about as well. And we'll talk about that too.
Right. So the most popular form of modeling as we know it is runway and catalog. So runway is what it sounds like. Those are models that are used in fashion shows to walk down the runway to show off the designer's fashions.
Yes. And then catalog is also known as commercial. And catalog is usually the ones that you see on ads, like Target. You see, I don't know if you remember, like the old JCPenney books.
Yep.
All of those.
Finger Hut.
Yep. Isn't that mostly products though?
Some of y'all don't know Finger Hut.
Oh my God.
No, they have like camping gear and.
True. They have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, they have models for those.
But anything you would see like in an ad or a commercial, anything on TV, whether it's somebody speaking, have a speaking part or not, usually those are commercial models. And commercial models actually get paid way more than high fashion models.
Let's talk about it. Why they get the paper?
Because usually there's more hours. And then also there's more involved in commercial modeling. Another form of commercial modeling is e-commerce, which a lot of people that you see in the catalogs, like for example, Forever 21, like all the models you see online, them trying on the clothes and showing you how they look, and you see the different angles. Those are all e-commerce models, and it's actually a lot of work. It usually you have, I don't know how many outfits per day, but sometimes it could be like 50 to 100 outfits shot in about 8 hours, just because they want to get as much done for that shoot so that they can post it and so they can make the sales.
Right.
So actually, I work with Jennifer Grace a lot here in San Diego, and I've done a lot of her catalog stuff and things that she uses for, she does trade shows, and she also posts everything online so people can see what her looks look like. She posts things on social media. So it's like anything that you see that is in print, that's usually what photo shoots are used for. And when you see different outfits on and like changing so many different outfits, like I know, well, usually for her, we don't shoot as long, but another brand that I've shot for here in San Diego Hat Co., I did like an 8-hour shoot. I think we shot, and it's with just with hats, and we also switched like scarves and other outfits and stuff. Maybe like 50 to almost 100 hats.
Oh my gosh.
In like an 8-hour day, just because they want to get so much done, and then they post things. They sell on Amazon, they sell on their website. They also do like trade shows. They have their own catalog book that they send out to different people for to be able to sell and like get those different brands to buy their products. All of that goes into commercial / catalog modeling.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Yes.
so it's a lot more than people think. A lot of people are just like, oh, you just, go hang out, have a great time at a photo shoot. I'm like, yes and no. Like, yes, it's fun, but
Right.
like there's a lot that goes into doing a whole like production.
Right.
Next category would be glamour.
Glamour.
Glamour modeling, which I feel like a lot of people don't realize is an actual category. I feel like it's more seen as sleazy in a way, but it's not all the time. But I mean, people do show more skin. I ain't gonna say that, that it's all bad though. But people that like pose for Maxim, and even I would say like Playboy, the part that's like not naked, like because they have more. They're not, of course, they're not wearing as many clothes, but that is more like on the glamour side. I would say like lingerie-ish esque type of shoots could be in the glamour category. Anything where you're like showing off your body in any certain way, could
But
be
usually
in the
it's
glamour
like
category.
sexy though.
Yeah.
Like it's not raunchy. There's a difference between posing, for example, like nude in Playboy, and then in the same magazine there is still glamour shots.
Yeah, that's why I said there's like different shots, but like I don't know. Some people see it as more like sleazy modeling, but like it could be classy-ish
True.
in a way, kind of,
True.
sort of.
Yeah. I mean, I think that sexiness is a product in itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a special way to present that, and everybody can't do that.
No, I'm not that girl. That's not my category.
What's your category?
I like more commercial, and of course like high fashion, beauty, anything that's like selling a product, like an actual product.
Yeah.
I'm into that. Like I like selling the clothes,
That
not
makes
myself.
sense. Well, in a sense, you do.
I mean,
sell
yeah, I am selling
yourself.
myself, but like in a different way than like not having clothes on. If that
Right.
makes sense.
Right. Well, what I mean by selling yourself is, let me clear this up. Models. When you go to a go-see, aka a casting, you're selling yourself. You are a product. When you are on a shoot or a runway, you are showcasing a product. So your brand, put it this way, your brand is showcasing a designer's product. So
Yeah.
still goes hand in hand.
True.
I just wanted that, I want you guys to have that clarity.
Yeah, because I feel like some people think that selling themselves means something different sometimes.
We're not talking about prostitution.
And I'm like,
No.
don't get yourself caught up.
Please don't.
Because that's not good.
Yeah.
But you are, to be able to get into certain rooms, to be able to get into certain castings, to be able to get to certain places, you do have to sell yourself in a way. But don't think that you have to like go out and do certain things and be a certain person to sell yourself in that aspect, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Question everything.
Yeah.
We will have a segment where we go deeper into the good and bad about the industry, but we just wanted to touch base on that. But let's move right along. That was glamour. Yes. So let's move on to fit.
Fit modeling is where basically you are a human mannequin. Well, I mean, modeling in general, you are a human mannequin that walks and talks.
Right.
But in a fit situation, you are being fitted for different clothes. A lot of times you are being fit for a certain sample for a designer or for a brand, and they are fitting the clothes on you so that they can make different replicas of that same product for multiple things to be put in store. So the fit model, that's another one that I heard that pays a lot of like really good. I feel like more so I've seen people like out of the country like as fit models, like example like Chanel, like Chanel has a specific fit model that they come in and they try on everything before it hits the runway.
Right.
So they actually have it put on them, and they have sometimes it stitched on them so that it actually fits a body. And then that's why usually models are sample size, because there's a sample that's made, and then those go on to the other models. And then if they do need to make little adjustments and stuff, then they will. Other than that, like they just send everything out, they show it, and then they make it in multiple sizes later.
Right.
So, yeah.
So that's a fit model. It's different than fitness model. So which we're going to move right along to.
And fitness models come in different forms, because like there are the fitness models that you see on Nike or like the running ads and things. Like those are fitness models. And they're actually running. Like it's like for real. Like you were working out.
Yeah.
I actually did a fitness shoot, and actually a few times. I've done a few different fitness shoots, and it's a lot. Like you're doing a full on workout.
I've never done it.
And getting shot at the same time. And a lot of times there's video involved. So you're doing like multiple different things, and you're doing the same workout over and over and over again to get the content or like to get whatever is being sold for the ad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like when you are in shape and you look a certain way, like that's what they're looking for. So people that have fit bodies, and if you love fitness and if you are more like toned, because I know for my body type, there's certain like fashion categories and certain things that people are like, you're too muscular. I'm like, but I don't have that much muscle tone on me. I try to stay as slim as possible, but at the same time, I pack on muscle pretty easily. So I know for some people that's a lot. But I don't know. I like I like my shape, so I'm fine with it. But yeah, fitness modeling is also like the people that are like the bodybuilders and things like that.
Right.
Like that's also part of fitness too.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, if you love working out and if you love staying in shape and being fit, I feel like that could be for you.
Yeah. So to sum it up, it's more for sports.
Yeah.
Type of content.
Absolutely. Or even like the workout videos that you see like people in the background and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are fitness models too.
Yep.
They come in all shapes and sizes, young and old.
Fun fact. Years ago, many moons ago, I was creating a dance fitness DVD. Oh. And that's how you know it's old, because I said DVD.
DVD.
So yeah, this was way back when, but yeah, I had to hire fitness models for that.
Cool. Like Darren's Dance Groove or something?
Sorry?
Something like that? Darren's Dance Grooves?
What is that?
Oh, you never heard of that? Oh my gosh.
Darren's Dance Grooves?
Darren's Dance Grooves. I feel like it came around the time of like Hip Hop Abs, Shanti.
Shanti, I remember
like,
Shanti.
Who else? I feel like it was like
Billy, what was his name?
Oh, Billy Blanks.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
I feel like it was kind of in that same era. I can't
Mhm.
remember, but I remember it was like a DVD. They sold it on the commercial, and it's like, buy your DVD today.
Right.
2 payments of $29.99. Like
Man.
all of that. Actually, you know, it's so funny. I've done like several fitness videos for trainers. And there was one in LA. It was a friend of a friend. Oh my God, that girl was crazy. But her workout was good at the same time. It was a good workout, but I was exhausted because like I want to say we did at least 3 rounds of the workout. And we filmed the entire thing and we had to go full out. Talk about sweating and in pain. I mean, but like I said, the workout was great. It was good.
This is what I want to know. Was the check great?
I did it for a friend. So I didn't get paid for that one, unfortunately. But okay, so we talked about runway, glamour, fitness. Now on to beauty. Beauty modeling is usually like campaigns that have to do with makeup and skincare. Usually those
Cover
are all
girl.
Yeah. It's a beauty campaign.
Yeah.
Aveeno, like the lotion, anything where you can see like skin or like body parts, like when people were putting on different things, a lot of times that's part of beauty. So if you have nice hands, which actually that kind of goes into parts though too.
Mm-hmm.
Parts modeling, which is something that we listed as well. That I feel like that could be part of beauty too, just because sometimes you will use your hands in a beauty campaign, like on your face or like on your shoulder or something. So people that have really nice skin and that don't really have a lot of imperfections, but I mean imperfections are good too because they do show like a before and after a lot of times for different campaigns.
Yeah. So
don't get it twisted. If you don't have like perfect skin, don't worry, it's fine. That's what retouching is for.
Exactly. That's what Photoshop.
Yeah, that's what Photoshop and retouching is for.
Exactly.
But I feel like the better skin that you have for those type of campaigns, the better.
Right.
Just because sometimes they don't want to do all that extra work in post.
And it costs money.
Yeah.
It costs them extra money. So the rule of thumb is for production is to get it as close to perfect as you can so that you do less work in post and you spend less money in creating post. So
yeah, but I feel like but now it's so interesting because I feel like before it was almost like a no, like models had to have perfect skin, models have to look flawless all the time, they don't have acne, they don't have pores, they don't have breakouts, like all that's a lie. It's a facade.
it really is.
I feel like more now it's open up a bit more, where if people do have a little bit of acne, rosacea, anything like that, like any type of imperfections, it's more celebrated.
Right.
So if you do have anything going on with your skin, don't count yourself out. Like don't think that you can't be in certain things or that you can't book certain jobs because you have like a skin condition or anything like that, because it is more open now for people to be accepted. Because before I feel like it wasn't as accepted, but now it definitely is, and it's praised and more seen as a different side of beauty. And feel good being yourself.
That part, be authentic.
Yeah.
And I think that's the theme going forth in the entertainment industry is very, people connect with people that are more authentic to them, staying true to themselves and embracing their imperfections, embracing what makes them unique. So stay authentic, and that'll carry you a long way.
Yeah. Be you. Do you.
Do you.
Okay. One last one. Actually, no, there's 2 of them. One is mature modeling, which a lot of people, I feel like another thing back in the day is like there was an age like where people stopped modeling and people felt like they couldn't be a model after a certain age. Perfect example, I'm 35 now. I remember when I was in my 20s, there were people that said like, oh, you're getting too old. You may have to stop modeling. You won't be able to do this certain thing anymore. You won't be able to do that certain thing anymore. And I was kind of like, why? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, I guess if you say so. Of course, I didn't listen to them because I did what I wanted to do. But at the same time, like, it's crazy that people had a timeline
Yeah.
on when models basically had to retire.
Right. Well, it wasn't just model; it was entertainment in general. Like,
Yeah.
depending on what genre,
True.
because they said that a lot about rappers, singers, different types of music artists, even sports players.
Oh, yeah, true.
Even sports players, they had an age limit on. So ageism was a real thing, along with a lot of other isms before 2010 and up.
Yeah.
So I'm glad things are changing for the better and people are becoming more realistic about the industry and saying, hey, you know, just because you're old doesn't mean count me out. You know what I mean? Just we're all aging, but if you have the skill does not age out. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. And for more mature women and men, like if you are in your 40s and 50s and beyond, like there is a place for you. Like a lot of people are looking for older people now,
Right.
and for campaigns and for like commercials, and even on TV, like you see a lot more like older people like in different like roles and stuff a lot
Right.
more often than I feel like before.
right.
So yeah, there's a place for everyone.
Ta-da!
So, and then our last category would be promotional modeling, which a lot of people that work at conventions, like if you see people that talk about like cars, and they're the ones that are on display, those are oftentimes a model.
Right.
Even people at booths, people doing demos for just different brands, they are basically brand ambassadors for that brand, for that event. Which I've done a lot of promotional stuff for just even like street team things. Like we see people just passing out things on the streets.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times those are hired models.
Yeah.
And actually pays pretty well.
Really?
It's long hours. It's a lot, but like they pay you at least like $25 an hour.
What year was this?
No, I mean that's even now.
Really?
Yeah. But I started like in early 2000s doing that. But no, even now, like I've done some promotional jobs where like the pay was at least $25 to $30 an hour.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's good side money.
That's like a nurse's wage.
For real?
Yeah, per
Oh
hour.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's like 25, 30. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that goes to show how much value there is in entertainment. So
And there's things are widespread with modeling and just entertainment in general. So like I said in the beginning, like don't feel like if you start in one section that you can't branch off and do something else. I feel like having a variety of skills, which I'm gonna say this, I feel like every episode because I feel like it's important. Having a variety of skills and having a variety of lanes and just like different things that you're in and a part of, it'll help you in the long run. So,
yeah, it'll give you longevity in this industry. So I agree.
definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
We didn't cover parts.
Oh yeah, I said kind of with beauty. Like beauty can be parts modeling parts modeling as a whole is body parts.
Right.
So hands, feet, arms, anything where you see like different parts of your body, all has to do with parts. But most common I feel like are hands.
Hands and feet, like shoes.
Yeah, shoes and things. Even like your legs. Like because a lot of times if you are showing off a shoe, you'll see just like your foot to like basically the top of your leg for the most part.
Yeah, very true. So the different parts of your body is what parts modeling is about, other than your face.
Yeah. But I mean, like, and I feel like it's a specialty too. Like, it's a specialty that a lot of people do get hired for. Like, if they do have like nice hands and feet, legs, arms, all of that goes into parts.
Correct. So think about hand models for jewelry. You see a lot of that happening. You know, they're doing all of this and all of this, moving their hands around their face. So that, you know, catch the light with their hands from a ring or a necklace or whatever. So, yeah,
Yeah.
That's parts modeling.
Even in products, like I know I've done some product shoots where people are just like, "Oh, you have nice hands. Like, can we just have you reaching out for like a bowl or whatever it is?" So that's, I don't know, if you have nice limbs and take care of your skin, it goes a long way.
Just drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
I mean, that's not
I'm
all.
kidding.
Make sure you moisturize, you
Just drink
know,
water.
have a good skincare routine. All of that helps.
It all involves water.
Water is a big part of it, but there's so much more to that than just water.
Just kidding. I'm not. All right. So that was Let Me Count the Ways. That was the call for today.
Yes.
Talking about the different parts of modeling. So moving right along, we have our trend report. That means we have style tip or trend to highlight for the week. Skinny scarves for spring and low waist pants or trousers are actually trending. So if you checked out any of the latest fashion shows, you would see a lot of low rise happening. The scarf thing is because it's spring. This is more of a spring thing instead of a summer thing. The skinny scarves are really good because depending on where you live too, because there's still winter going on in some places.
Which is crazy.
In spring, yeah.
It's May.
Yeah.
But then, also that makes sense because in different parts of the world, the seasons are different too. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, as far as I know, a lot of places in the world are hot when it's not supposed to be hot.
That's a whole nother conversation for a different day.
Yeah. But anyway, skinny scarves. Skinny scarves for spring are in, and low waist jeans for the spring and the summer. So that's today's trend report. If you are wanting to stay on trend with the latest in fashion, then wear your low waist pants or trousers and your skinny scarf.
But also don't feel like you have to.
You don't have to. Bum, 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 bum. Trend report.
gosh.
Done.
Hilarious.
All right.
Where would you want to wear?
Do you, like she said earlier, do you.
Yes.
Stay
Be
authentic.
yourself.
Stay authentic.
Absolutely.
Stay authentic to yourself.
Yes.
All right. In closing, I love quotes. Quotes are like little gems. Like I look at them like essays shortened. Because in an essay you can cover a lot, right?
True.
And you break it down. I don't want to read all that. Just give me
Give me a quote.
Sum it up. Sum it up. What are you trying to say?
Oh man, that's funny.
So today's quote comes from Karl Lagerfeld. He says, "One is never overdressed or underdressed with a little black dress." What does that mean to you, Tiffany?
But you can never be overdressed or underdressed with a little black dress. I feel like a black dress is always a staple piece in your closet anyway. Black, just as a whole, is a good staple to have. And you can always dress it up, dress it down. You can do a lot with it.
Yeah, I agree. Black, I love black. I probably wear black every day in some type of way.
Gotcha.
But black is classic, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to black dress for women.
Yeah.
It's like you said, a staple piece. Like it can be worn in any season in fashion. So I feel the same way about that with black in general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not just dress, but black as a whole. Because if you think about it, like white, you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day or something like that.
Fashion faux pas.
Yeah.
You know?
It's one of those things.
But at the same time, it's interesting because there's winter white and there's like other types of white shades.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I don't know if that really applies anymore.
I feel like the old ways are turning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're evolving and we're talking about authenticity. So people are going to wear and express themselves
The way they want to.
exactly. If they want to wear white after Labor Day, then do so.
Yeah.
And wear black all the time, like me.
And there's people that wear black and neutrals like every day. That's part
Yeah.
of their staples in their closet. So I feel like it's good to have staple statement pieces.
Yeah.
Things that, stay true to you. Like me, I like a little sparkle.
She's razzle dazzle.
So that's always going to be a part of my closet in some way, shape, or form. There's always
Right.
going to be something shiny. And that's me. That's my personal style.
For me, you're always going to catch me in a hat of some sort. Always. Well, I can't say always. Sometimes
Sometimes no.
yeah.
But
once
for
in
the
a
most
blue
part.
once in a blue moon, I won't wear a hat. But hats are my staple pieces. Like,
Part of your style.
yeah, I love hats. In any season, I don't care.
I mean, hats are good. They're a good accessory. So, not mad at that.
Cool.
Not mad at that at all. I'm actually going to have to add this to our Instagram quotes.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good one to do.
Yeah.
I've been adding different quotes to our Instagram. So look for it on Instagram soon.
Yes. And TikTok. Speaking of socials, make sure you follow, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on YouTube so you don't miss any episode from the Model Call podcast.
You can find us pretty much everywhere at either the Model Call podcast or the Model Call pod.
Yeah. So, again, thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We had a great time, as usual. We always are goofy.
Always
just follow the goof troop.
chuckling it up.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Until next time. Peace.
See ya.